Hi guys, this is Mrs. Hill. This is our story that we will work through this week. The title of the book is called Educating Arthur. The author is Amanda Graham and the illustrator is Donna Janelle. This is one of my favorite stories that we will do this year, and it is very important that you try and pay particular attention to the illustrations. What I want to do before we do today's lesson is I want to preview our questions that we will answer on our skill sheets today, and take a good look at this dog. He looks like he is a hot mess express. So the illustrations in this book are just super great. They will make you smile, and they will really help enhance the story and help you understand and remember key elements of the story. So let's take a look at our questions today before we read. As we preview questions before we read a story, you might meet some story characters in there. You might get an idea of what the story's about. The questions might even tell you what the problem in the story is. So always a good idea to preview questions first. The way our skill packet is laid out this week, it's laid out down the left-hand side of the page. It gives you a page reference that will help you if you need to go back and watch the video, or if you need to scroll back and find a particular page and listen to those pages again, you can do that. But the page numbers are indicated here for us going down the left-hand side. So our first question says, what do we learn about Arthur? So here's the name again. That is the name in our title. So I'm thinking I'm going to go ahead and predict that Arthur is the dog. So we will see. The next question, what three things does Arthur do to help? So we got to look for three things Arthur's trying to help with. And the last question, what does Grandpa decide to do? So we've met two characters. We've got a grandpa and we have Arthur. So those are at least two story characters that we've met just by previewing our questions. We'll see what three things Arthur's trying to help with, and we will see what we learn about Arthur himself. So let's do a little picture walk. We're going to read pages 4 through 13 today. This particular story, take a look here. This illustration, this is an old-fashioned clothesline. You all might not know what a clothesline is, or you might not have ever seen a clothesline. When I was growing up, my mom used to wash clothes and hang them outside to dry. So look here, here's Arthur, and he's hanging on to a towel or a shirt or something, and he's spinning in circles. So take a look here. Looks like Arthur is inside of a house. Got a little bit of a mess going on here. Check him out. I don't know if any of you guys have a dog, but we have a dog, and she's always making a mess. So these illustrations, I think they're just great. Excuse me, I think they're just great. So here's Arthur here. Looks like he's pulling on something. Here's a story character. Looks like the clothesline over there. So looks like Arthur's made his way outside and he's gotten into something. Here's another character. Looks like they're doing something in the garden. Here's our boy. He's sitting on some flower pots. Looks like he's digging in something there. Oh, now look at him. Here's some more characters. He's got a bowl on his head, spoon in his mouth. He's sitting on top of something. He's a hot mess. And here we go. We've got, look at all this stuff flying around in there. We got a little girl. Looks like she's trying to go to bed. Here's Grandpa. And I hope you can see this. Here's the dog flying around up here. Windows open. So Looks like anywhere the dog is, there is a hot mess. So let's see what happens this first part of our story. Educating Arthur. Arthur loved chewing old slippers for fun, but today there were more important things to do. So it looks like he's chewed up a slipper. Arthur had to help Melanie fix her bike. So here's Melanie. It looks like she's got a flat tire or something, and he's pulling on that part of the tire. Melanie's mother needed Arthur's help potting plants. Looks like he's digging around in there trying to help plant some flowers. Arthur had to help Grandpa bake a cake. Grandpa wasn't sure that Arthur was really helping at all. Arthur wants to help, said Grandpa, so let's teach him how. Every time he does something properly, we will give him a reward. So I don't know if you guys, like I said, have a dog, but when they do something funny or when they sit or when they speak, we give our dog a reward. And when you get the reward out, it helps dogs remember to do things. So we give our dog a reward, a little dog biscuit or something. So this is going to be a key part of our story. Every time he does something properly, we will give him a reward. So that's as far as we're going to read today. In your skill packet portion of your Google Classroom this week, your skill packet, there are 2 pages to your skill packet. The first page that you will see is what we will work off today. So on pages 4 and 5, we will use those pages to answer the question, what do we learn about Arthur? And what I did, the part of the question I highlighted, I wanted to reuse part of that question to begin our answer. So I gave you a sentence starter. We will learn that Arthur blank. So you fill in the answer there. Question number 3, the second question, what 3 things does Arthur do to help? So the first thing he does is on page 6. Second thing he tries to help with is on page 9. And the third thing he tried to help with was on page 11. And then our last question, what does Grandpa decide to do? So again, I highlighted the part of the question I wanted to reuse or restate to begin our answer. Grandpa decides to. So you will find on pages 12 and 13 what Grandpa decides to do, and then that will become your answer. So as we use questions to restate part of that question to begin your answer, you will get a nice complete sentence. And that's something that we will continue to practice and we will continue to work on throughout the school year. So if you have any questions, I will be available through Remind. I hope you enjoyed that part of the story.